everyone. Today I'm going to tell a story about the Nightingale song and how powerful it finally proves to be. There once lived an emperor of China whose empire spread many thousands of miles in every direction. The emperor was curious to know what was the most magnificent thing in his empire. So he called for his most important noblemen to give him the answer. Perhaps he expected them to tell that it was his marvelous palace made entirely of marble. Instead, one big old and wise noble said, "It is a song of a nightingale, a bird that lives in your garden, your imperial majesty." The emperor was amazed and demanded to hear the bird in his garden that evening. Once they were all out, they heard a long, low noise. "Moo! That must be the nightingale," said a young noble. "No, it's a cow mooing," said the old noble. After taking a few steps, another sound filled the air. "Croak, croak, that surely is the nightingale," said the third noble. "Oh no, it's a frog's croak," said the old noble, beginning to tire. At last, they came to the heart of the garden and a nightingale sang. Its song had a magical haunting beauty and everyone agreed it was magnificent. Then the emperor commanded the bird to be brought to his room so that he could listen to its song every night. When this was done, the emperor was happier than he had ever been. One day, the emperor of Japan came to visit. "I have heard you have a song bird," he said, "but it is not fine as this invention." The Japanese emperor clapped his hands and one of his many servants stood before him with a golden chest. Inside the chest was a shiny mechanical toy which he wound up by hand. After the winding was complete, the mechanical toy sung out just like the real nightingale. The young nobles were very impressed. "It is perfect! You can listen to it all day and every night. So much better than the plain brown bird." The mechanical bird became the most popular possession in the emperor's palace and the real nightingale was forgotten entirely. One winter's morning, something terrible happened. Instead of singing the melodious song, the mechanical toy went twang. The winding part was broken and no one could mend it. The emperor was heartbroken and fell ill. "Find me the real bird," he decreed, but alas, the real nightingale could not be found anywhere. As days turned into weeks, no one could even remember what the real nightingale song sounded like. Was it a womble, wombat, womble, asked one noble, or wombat, babble, bobble, or bobble, babble, bobble? The emperor's health grew worse and everyone feared he might die. Each evening, the old nobleman would search the palace garden and wait hours at the place where the nightingale had first appeared. Every night, the window in the emperor's room was left slightly open with the hope that the bird would fly in. But all these efforts were in vain. The emperor was so ill that the doctor said the window must be closed or even a slight chill might kill their patient. However, the very weak emperor forbade them to do so. One night, the moon was no more than a silver crescent in the sky. The old noble could barely see his hands in front of his face when he felt something land on his hand. However, his heart gave a leap and he immediately knew what he must do. He carefully carried the small bird to the open window of the emperor's room. Soon, the nightingale began to sing. The emperor lay very still and listened to it once more in wonder. Then he whispered to himself, "What was lost is found." As time passed, the nightingale came every night to sing to the emperor and the empress health returned. Moral of the story is, we only know the true worth of things when it is taken away from us. Thank you.